ओम शांति। अच्छा, सभी ने बोला क्योंकि हम ओम शांति बोले और आप
When I say Om Shanti and you respond, then this creates a very beautiful atmosphere in Om Shanti Bhavan, which reaches as far as the soul world. So once again, Om Shanti.
मुस्कुराया क्यों?
Why is there a smile?
बोला शांति,
We speak about peace,
चेहरा सबका मुस्कुराने
but
लगा।
the face of each one is covered with a beautiful
देखा सभी ने
smile.
अपन को देखा?
Did everyone see themselves?
ये शांति ऐसी है
Peace is
कि
such
अपने आप
that automatically
मूंझना और मुड़
all
जाना
forms
छूट
of
जाता है।
confusion and being
Eh?
withered and exhausted
मूंझना,
disappears.
कंफ्यूज,
Confusion
मुड़ जाना,
or getting
अंदर ही
withered,
अंदर बहुत
internally a
दुख
feeling
भरा
of
हुआ है।
sorrow that has been accumulated for a long time,
तो
steals
वायुमंडल
over the
में
face. But
वो
in
चला
this
जाता है,
in this
बाहर से ही चला
atmosphere,
जाता है।
it all disappears. It goes out of the doors and
मेरे ख्याल में
windows.
अबू रोड से चला गया होगा।
In fact, I believe it must have gone once you reached Abu
भाई जरा,
Road. Is
हाँ,
this
अबू
the
रोड से ही
case?
चला गया था।
That once you
माउंट में
reached
आते
Abu
ही
Road and you climbed the mountain, by
मुस्कुराना
that
शुरू हो
time
गया
you
ना।
started to smile and all your feelings of exhaustion and confusion have disappeared.
हमारा अनुभव ये है,
This is also my experience.
बाहर के वातावरण
The external
ये
atmosphere
वातावरण
and this atmosphere,
बड़ा अंतर है ना।
there's a huge difference between the two.
अभी एक होता है वातावरण, दूसरा
One
होता है
is
वायुमंडल।
atmosphere and the other is
आप कहेंगे क्या
vibrations.
फर्क है?
And you will ask, what is the difference between the two?
जैसी वार्ता मन बात होती है ना,
Whatever is the discussion or talk that goes on in any
ऐसा
place,
वायुमंडल बन
it
जाता है।
creates the atmosphere.
अगर कोई गुस्से से बात करता होगा
If
तो
somebody
वायुमंडल कैसा
speaks
होगा?
in an angry way, it creates such an atmosphere of disturbance.
कोई प्यार से शांति से
And if
बोलता
somebody
होगा,
speaks
वायुमंडल
with
कैसा होगा?
peace and love, then it creates a
आवाज़
very
निकलता
beautiful
यहाँ से है।
atmosphere. Of course, the sound comes equally out of the mouth and goes into the
वो वायुमंडल जो है
environment,
ना शांत
but
और
the
शांत कर देता है।
atmosphere creates peace.
तो वायुमंडल कहाँ से बनता है?
From which place is a vibration,
आवाज़।
as an atmosphere created? It is from the voice, from the
इसलिए
words.
खास
And this is why especially
परमात्मा बाप शिक्षा देते
the
हैं।
Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul gives us
बच्चे पहले तुम
teachings
शांत हो
saying,
जाओ, फिर मैं
first
बोलना सिखाऊंगा।
become peaceful and quiet internally, and then I
Om
will
Shanti
teach you
माना?
how to speak. So the word Om Shanti means
तो पहले शांत हो जाओ।
first become peaceful.
तो शांत होने के लिए
And in order to become peaceful,
जब ब्रह्मा बाबा बॉम्बे में था,
when Brahma Baba, our founder, had been in
एक बारी
Bombay one time,
अच्छे मनुष्य के
there
ऐसे
were
3 मंकी दिखाते हैं, talk no evil,
there
hear
was
no
a
evil, see no evil।
picture of
और
3
बनाया
monkeys
था
saying
बच्चों
talk
की।
no evil, see no evil, and
3
hear
बच्चे।
no evil. And then he selected 3 of the sisters and took their
बड़े अच्छे लगे
photograph
थे।
like this, and this was liked very much.
तो बाबा को दिखाए।
So
अब
Baba
बच्चे ये
had
गिफ्ट
said,
देना
show this to others, give it to them as a gift, this picture,
सारा
this photo.
आधार अशांत और शांत का है।
Because this is the foundation of the distinction between
देखने,
peace and
सुनने और
peacelessness,
बोलने।
seeing, listening, and speaking.
कान से ऐसे तो करो, हाँ नहीं।
Do you agree? You can nod your
अशांत
heads if
है,
you agree.
देखने,
Peacelessness is
पहले क्या?
founded
देखने
in
से,
seeing, first of
सुनने
all,
से।
what you see, or is it first what you hear?
कोई सुनने से शांत हो जाते हैं।
Some people get peaceful or peaceless by what they hear. Whether it's true or not, as soon as they hear something, they become immediately peaceless and sorrowful. And then seeing something, sometimes that also produces these very strong feelings. And then when they speak, what would you be speaking when you hear and see such disturbing things? You will speak about them also. This is why we use the word Father, Baba, for the Supreme Soul, and we say Baba. Baba said, add to this, think no evil. Because the whole inner transformation takes place, and the foundation of sorrow and peacelessness is that whatever you see, whatever you hear, whatever you think, afterwards comes what you say, but first of all these three. And if you see, listen, your eyes are open, your ears are open, you can't shut your ears. Of course, your eyes you can close, but not your ears. Can you close your ears? No. Automatically the sound goes into them, but your understanding says, what are you listening to? Though your ears are open, but whatever is not useful for you, you don't have to pay attention to it. It doesn't mean that you're deaf, but you just don't listen to it. There are deaf people, but if anyone says anything about them or some kind of defamation, they immediately know what it is, even though they're deaf, because immediately their attention goes that somebody's talking about them, and they know what it is. And I've seen this among deaf people. Anyway, they're deaf, but somehow or the other, when their name is mentioned, they immediately know that somebody's talking about them. So it is in your hands what you pay attention to. So see no evil, hear no evil, and all of that is based upon the quality of your thinking. Ask yourself, what is useful for me? What is profitable for me? These are my eyes. It's up to me what I notice with them. In the Murli that we heard this morning, it is said that these are your physical sense organs. You are the master. Why are you looking all around here and there? Is this good to be in a distracted state? When you are soul conscious, you have your eyes open, but you know internally that I am the soul. And once I'm aware of myself as a soul, my connection is with God, the Supreme Soul. When I think of this body, then I'm connected with all the physical things. I can see physical people, their skin color, their language, all these things become visible. But God, the Supreme, says, child, become free from color and language and country. Do not look at these physical things, because you are souls. And you are the child of the Supreme Soul. And then you will become so peaceful and so loving, so happy. These feelings will steal over your face. And very deeply from within, from deep within. The sorrow, the peacelessness is sitting inside. If you ask where peacelessness and sorrow comes from, people say, well, I've got a lot of sorrow, but where did it come from? Who gave it to you?
वे क्या बताना शुरू करेंगे?
And then what do they start saying?
इसने दिया,
They
उसने
say, this
दिया,
one
ये
gave it,
बोला
that one
था,
gave it,
ये-
all these people did this to
अच्छा।
me. Okay,
ये बोलना शुरू कर दिया।
they started to say this.
तुम लिया क्यों?
The question is, why
अंदर
did you
रखा क्यों?
take it? Why did you hold on to it
किसी ने
inside?
दिया, तुमने लिया
Somebody
या
gave
अंदर
it to
रखा,
you, you took
फिर
it
तुम
and you
दुखी
kept it
हुआ,
inside,
शांत
and this
हुआ।
is why you became sorrowful and full of peacelessness.
तो सहज बात ये
So the
है,
very easy thing is this.
मेरे अंदर में क्या होना चाहिए?
What is supposed to be
मेरा
sitting
अंदर है,
deep
मेरा
within
है।
me, because it's
मन
mine.
मेरा है,
My mind is
बुद्धि
my
मेरी है।
own. My
मेरी
intellect
मना?
is my own. Mine
आत्मा?
means that I, the soul, am the owner of these.
मन भटके, क्यों
If my
भटके?
mind is wandering around, then why?
बुद्धि ठीक तरह से काम
If the
अच्छा
intellect
positive pure न
is
सोचे,
not thinking in an accurate and positive way,
अंदर में किसके लिए
and internally
वैर भाव
there is
रखे,
some
अंदर में
animosity
रखती है
towards
वैर
someone,
भाव,
and you feel
ऐसा
this,
सोचते
you
हैं।
bear this grudge against
ऐसा
someone, you
चिंतन
start
चलता
thinking
है।
about that,
ऐसी
and you
दिल की
have
भावना
these
होती है,
feelings for
ऐसी
that
दृष्टि
person
होती
in
है।
your heart, and you look at them in that perspective.
अंदर से आता है, मुझे
It all comes
बदलना
from
है।
within, now that I have to change these things.
आता मुझे बदलना है, क्या बदल के करना है?
So I have to change, but what do I have to do in order to change?
पहले मेरे को बदलना है।
First, I have to
मेरे
change
पास
myself. I have,
दुख शांति
if
का
I
नाम
have,
निशान न हो।
there should not be the slightest trace or name of sorrow and
नाम
peacelessness
भी न हो,
within me.
निशान भी न हो,
Neither
न
the
चेहरे
name
पर
nor
हो,
the
न
trace,
नैन में
nor
हो, न
should it
चैन में हो।
show on my face or my eyes or in any way in my
बस
being.
मुझे अंदर से
Internally,
कैसे आएगा? दुनिया में दुख बहुत है,
there's a lot of
मैंने भी
sorrow
बहुत
in the
दुख देखा
world.
है।
I have seen a lot of sorrow.
अच्छा, देखा है, फिर क्या होगा?
Okay, you've seen a lot of sorrow, so
दुख दिया भी है तो लिया भी है।
you must have given a lot and taken a lot also,
क्यों? मनुष्य आत्मा है,
because you are a human soul.
मनुष्य कर्म संबंध में आती है,
And people come
संबंध
into
है,
karmic
देह के
bonds
साथ है,
with one
संबंध
another
देहधारियों
because
के
of
साथ
the
माँ,
consciousness
बाप,
of the
भाई,
body,
बहन,
the
मित्र,
bodily
संबंधी,
relations,
उनके
parents,
साथ कर्म है।
friends. You have karmic
ऐसे
accounts
थोड़ी
with
ऐसा
all of
संबंध है,
these.
संबंध में
It's
कर्म
not
है।
that there are just relationships,
कर्म
but
में
there
अगर
is an interaction
सच्चाई
which is
नहीं है,
positive or
झूठ है।
negative. But most of the interaction has been dishonest and full of falsehood,
स्वार्थ है,
based on selfishness.
सोच लो,
Think about it.
उसमें दुख है।
This is where sorrow comes from.
अभी फील महसूस करते हैं,
Now you have the feeling,
हम भी जब बाहर होते हैं तो
when I also
ये
go out,
जो ज्ञान योग
the
सीखा हुआ
knowledge
है वो
and
काम में आता
yoga
है।
that I have studied, it
तो
is
ये
very useful
वायुमंडल
for me.
ऐसा है ना,
And this atmosphere here is such
जो अपन को देखते हैं मेरे
that
में
when you look at yourself, you see inside
क्या है।
and ask what really is inside.
अभिमान चला जाता है पहले तो,
First of all,
वहाँ
your
तो मैं
false
अच्छा
pride has to go. You
Yes.
think I am so and so and such and
दो
such.
बातें बाहर में है।
There are two
या तो
things
समझते हैं
outside.
ये मेरे
First
से
of all,
अच्छे, मैं
people
कोई
think,
अच्छा
oh, I'm no
या
good
मेरे
and
जैसा
somebody
अच्छा कोई
else
नहीं।
is better, or nobody is as good as me.
यहाँ से मैं औरों से अच्छा हूँ,
Either I'm better than someone, or
अंदर से
you
बहुत
feel
है,
inside
मेरे को
I'm
कोई नहीं
great.
देखता है, कोई नहीं जानता, मैं बहुत कैसा हूँ।
Nobody recognize me,
और
I'm
किसको
really
देखते हैं
great.
फिर कहते हैं
Or sometimes you see somebody and you say, well, in comparison
अभी
with them, I am
समझाई है,
nothing.
तुम न
So
कहो
there
मैं
has
अच्छा
to
हूँ,
be the
न कहो मैं
understanding.
ना अच्छा हूँ,
Neither you should say I'm great, nor you should say I'm no good.
दोनों से
This-
फ्री हो जाओ।
You have to become free from both
क्या
of
समझते
these,
मेरे
the
भाई?
superiority and the
मधुबन वालों को कहा था,
inferiority.
खास आप लोगों के लिए
Especially, I have
हम
come
आते
to
हैं,
have a
कुछ तो
class
आप
with
लोगों
the
से
residents
busy
of
रहते हैं,
Madhuban, because
time
all
नहीं
are very
मिलता है।
busy. We don't get a chance to
तो आज
have this
हमारे
kind of
गेस्ट
spiritual
भी आ गए हैं
discussion.
मधुबन के क्लास
Today
में।
we have guests who have come and joined us in our
भाई
our
गेस्ट भी
own
आ गए।
class.
गेस्ट मालिक बन करके
And so the
आके के
guests
स्कूल में बैठ गए
became the masters, and they came into our
तो आज
internal
सतगुरुवार के
class.
दिन मैंने कहा
This is
आज
Thursday,
का
the day
शाम
of
ही
the
हमको
Guru,
टाइम
so I
है
thought that this
सबसे
evening we
यहाँ
all have
मिलने का
time to get together and have these
तो
discussions.
खुशी है
This is a matter of great happiness.
हम सब की इच्छा एक है
We all have one desire.
क्या इच्छा है
What is that?
और सब इच्छाएं तो मर गई बेचारी
All our other desires have
बेचारी
died,
मर
poor
गई
old
इच्छा कोई
things.
इच्छा
They've
नहीं
all
है
died. We
कोई
have no
पूछे
other
कुछ
desires.
इच्छा
If
है
anybody asks you, do you have any desire? No.
तीन चाहिए से हम छुट्टी पड़ी है आपको
We are
छुड़ा
free
नहीं
from
जाएगी
3 sorts
तीन
of
चाहिए
desires.
जब अच्छी अच्छी बातें सुनते हैं
When
ना
you hear very, very good things, then
तो कहेंगे आप
you
राइट
will
कहते
say,
हो
ah, yes, you are right. You're saying
मुझे करना
what's right.
चाहिए
I should
फिर
do
क्या
this.
बोलेंगे
And then
परंतु
you say, but.
अरे करना चाहिए
It should be done.
अच्छा लगता है
It's very good. I
right
like it. It's right.
करना चाहिए
It should be done.
परंतु शब्द बोला माना
But when you say the word but, what does it
तो
mean?
कभी ये चाहिए शब्द नहीं बोलना
Actually, you
करना
should
कर
never say
अच्छा है
it
तो कर
should
ले
be, it should be. If it's good, then do it.
तो हिम्मत रख मदद भगवान
Have,
की मिलेंगी
if you take a
सब
step of
परिवार
courage
का
in
भी
this
प्यार मिलेगा
direction, you
भले
will
कर
get a
ले
lot of help from God and also from the family, the spiritual
दूसरा
family.
चाहिए
Then the other desire
और कुछ
is,
नहीं मुझे ये बात ही पक चाहिए लाइफ
you say, well, I have everything, but I have
नहीं,
this
थोड़ा
one
सा
thing
ये
missing. Just a
चाहिए
little thing is missing in my life. I just need this one
जब
little
तक वो
thing.
पूरी नहीं हुई है
And
ना तो
until
ये
that desire is
पुरुषार्थ
finished,
शुरू करने के लिए वेट करेगा
you will not actually, you'll get held back in making
वो
your
चाहिए फिर
spiritual
ऐसी है कि
efforts.
पूरी नहीं होंगी
And you have such kind of a desire that will never get fulfilled.
तीसरी चाहिए
Then the third kind of desire
इसको ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए इसको
is
ऐसे नहीं
this one
करना
shouldn't do
चाहिए सारा
this, that
दिन
one shouldn't do that. Always being critical about someone or another.
देखो ये क्या करता है देखो ये
Oh,
क्या
look at
करता
what
है
this
सारा
one's
दिन
doing. Look at what that
सारा
one's
दिन
doing.
खुद भी
For
देखता
the whole
रहेगा
day you're
सोचता
looking
रहेगा
and
और
thinking
वो बोलता
about other
रहेगा
people and talking to others about those others.
और अब मेरे को क्या करना है
But
Oh.
what should I be doing?
मैं कौन हूँ
Who am I?
मैं कौन हूँ
Who am I?
किसकी हूँ
Who do I belong to?
मेरे को क्या करना
And what do I have to do?
है यही करना है
I should do this.
यही करना है
I should do that.
कैसे करूँ भगवान कराता है
How should I do it? Well, God gets it
कब
done
करें
through
अब
me.
करेंगे
When? I should do it now.
कैसे करेंगे ऐसे
How?
करेंगे
Like
जीवन
this.
को बदल लेंगे
Change your life like so.
मेरे हाथों में है
It's in my hands.
जब साइंस ने इतनी कमाल करके दिखाई
Since
तो साइंस
science
क्या
has
नहीं कर
done
सकती है
such extraordinary miracles, what can silence not do? Silence
तो साइलेंस है तीन
is the
प्रकार की
power that we work with, and there are 3 forms of
तो चाहिए
silence.
चाहिए पहले बंद कर देना
So
सदा
first
के
of all,
लिए।
we finish those 3 desires for all
जब
time,
अंदर संकल्प आए
and when the thought
विचार
arises
चले तो
within,
समझो
then understand
time.
it's a waste of time. So let it go.
वेस्ट ख्याल
This,
जो है ना समय
these
वेस्ट
waste
करता है
thoughts that we have, they really waste our time.
ख्याल सच्चा अच्छा है
You should have really
तो समय भी
true
मदद
and
काला
good
टाइम माना
thoughts,
समय मदद करता है
because time will then help you. We're
अच्छा
talking
संकल्प
here the
करो ना
call
ये
of
करने
time.
का
Create good thoughts. This is what has to be done now.
तो समय और बाप
Then time and God the
समय कहेगा,
Father,
हाँ तो मैं हूँ ना।
time will say, okay, I'm here at your service.
फिर कहेंगे समय की बलारी है
And then you will say, this is
क्या
the
मैंने
wonder
पहले
of
सोचा था
time.
पर नहीं हुआ अभी
Previously,
समय आ
I
गया
thought it couldn't happen, but now the time has come and it is happening.
तो समय आया
So time has
संग
come.
मिला
You got the good company,
और स्वयं भगवान
and
कहते हैं
God
बच्चे
Himself says,
बच्चे
child,
तुम
child,
कर लो
you do it,
तुम कर लो
just do
तेरे
it,
को देख और करेंगे
and when others see you, they will also do
अच्छा।
it. Okay, is that right?
प्रैक्टिकल देख रहे हैं
And I see this as a practical reality.
संग का प्रभाव पड़ता है.
There is a very strong influence of company.
कहा ही जाता है संग का रंग.
It is said that one is colored by the company one has.
खराब भी
Whether it's
इंसान की
bad,
आदत पड़ती है संग से.
these bad habits actually get
कोई
developed
बचपन
in
से किसको
people
क्या पता
because
सिगरेट
of
क्या होता
bad
है, शराब क्या होता है,
company.
जुआ क्या होती है,
Otherwise,
ये
in
क्या होता है, कुछ पता ही
childhood,
नहीं
they
है.
don't know what is alcohol, cigarettes, and gambling, but they
पहले
see
देखा,
others
फिर
doing
किया.
it, and then they start doing it.
देखा फिर किया.
First, they see it being
फिर तो
done
वो
by
आदत
others,
छूटती
then
नहीं
they
है.
do it, and then they get the habit, and they can't break the habit.
कुछ सीखने के लिए कोई कोर्स नहीं किया था.
They didn't
शराब
do
पीने
any
का या
course
सब
on how to drink
सिगरेट पीने
alcohol
का या
or how
जुआ खेलने
to
का.
how
कोई
to
कोर्स किया
gamble
था.
or how to smoke cigarettes, not at all.
तो देखा.
They just saw somebody doing it, and then they did it.
कभी-कभी मैं शराब पीने वाले से पूछती हूँ.
Sometimes
सीखा
we ask,
और
how
जिन्होंने
did you
पीना
learn
शुरू किया,
how
वो छोड़
to
नहीं सकते
drink?
बेचारे.
And then once you've learned how to drink alcohol, you can't give it up.
बेचारे के लिए उसके लिए पिए नहीं तो खाना खाए कैसे.
And sometimes they say they're not able to eat until they have had some alcohol to
लेने भी
drink
देखती हूँ,
first.
बाटल भी
I
होती है,
see
खाना भी
in the planes, people can't eat
एक
until
बाटली
they've got
पूरी
their
लेंगे,
little
दूसरी भी
bottle.
लेंगे, दूसरी भी.
And then
खाना
when
तो
they
ये
finish one bottle, they get another one.
तो आप कह के प्लेन में ये देखती हो क्या.
And people, you'll say, oh, is this what you're looking at in the aeroplane? Daddy does a lot of traveling.
देखती हूँ कितना आदत
But
के
I
मजबूर है.
see how much people are under the influence of these kinds of addictions.
आदत
These are habits.
कहाँ से परी.
Where did they arise from?
संग से.
From company.
और ये आदत छूटेंगी कैसे.
And how can they become free?
संग से.
By a good company.
संग बड़ा बलवान है.
And so company is extremely powerful.
भगवान सर्वशक्तिवान
And
है.
God is
पर
the
भगवान
almighty
की तो काम तब
authority,
चलेगा
but
जब
his
ऐसा
work
संग
can
मिलेगा.
only get accomplished when you get this kind of good company to go with that.
भाई ये भगवान से शक्ति लेकर के कैसे करते
Continue
हैं.
to
तो
take
वो
power
संग
from
में
God and
उसको
see
भी रंग चढ़ जाता है.
how to become free,
बुराई
and then
छूट जाती
others
है, अच्छाई आ
see
जाती
that
है.
and they become free too. Once
परंतु
you
है
become
ज़माना
free, then you
ऐसा,
become an example.
बुराई
But people
जल्दी
are
आती है,
such
अच्छाई टाइम
that
लगाती है.
they very easily get into bad habits, but it takes time to develop good
ऐसा होता है ना.
habits. This is how it
भाई
is,
अनुभवी
isn't
बैठे
it?
हैं, बुराई
You're all experienced.
जल्दी आती है ना.
Bad
डॉक्टर,
habits come in quickly.
बुराई जल्दी आती है ना.
They
और
come
अच्छाई
quickly, don't they? And then good habits
धीरे-धीरे
come in very slowly.
हो जाएगा दादी.
Yes, Daddy, they say to me, it will happen, I will get it, I will be able
जैसे
to
भाई
do
दिल
it.
लेते हैं.
When I'm asking people about their personal things, they say, yes, yes, it's
लगता
happening.
है एक सेकंड.
Actually, it takes 1 second.
अभी हम कहते हैं इतनी कमाल होनी चाहिए
There needs to be
संगति.
such an extraordinary miracle on the basis of the
जैसे
company
बुराई
that just as
खींच
bad
लेती, पकड़
things
लेती
pull
है.
people and capture them,
इतनी अच्छाई ऐसी
in
खींच
this
ले
way,
वो
the
पकड़ लेती है, ये
good
खींच लेती
influence
है.
should be so strong that it also catches people
खुशी से,
so quickly
आराम
and
से
brings them
feeling
into
आती है.
happiness, and
मैं तो जैसे
peacefully
जेल
they
से
get the feeling as if they have been freed from prison.
कितना तन से, मन से,
From the
धन
body,
से,
from the
संबंध
mind,
से,
from wealth, from relationships,
कर्म से.
from karma, there had been so much sorrow
तन में भी
accumulated.
दुख.
You got sorrow from
मन
your
भी
body,
दुखी.
sorrow
धन
in
भी
your
कैसे
mind.
गया, आया कैसे गया
Look
कैसे.
how money goes, and
पहले
you
जब
become
लंदन में गई तो
sorrowful
मेरे को
when
थोड़ा
it's
सा
not
चिंता
there.
लगती थी.
When
थोड़ी
I first went to London, I had
Friday
a little
आता है, Saturday खलास हो
concern.
जाता है.
People used to get their money on Friday, and by Saturday it was all
Friday
gone.
आता है,
They get paid on Friday.
Saturday shopping
And
करके चला
Saturday
जाता
they did shopping, and that was the end of the money.
है. ऐसे भाई ऐसे है ना.
This is how it is,
पुराने
isn't
जो
it?
इंग्लैंड में रहने वाले बताया
Those
ना.
who live in
और
England,
रात
they
को एक
know
क्लब
this.
रेस्टोरेंट में गए मित्र
They
समझो के
go
लेकर
to
के.
the club and restaurant Friday night, and they meet up with their friends, and they
नहीं तो
finish
कोई
all their
कहेगा नहीं
money.
तो मेरा मामा
Otherwise,
है या चाचा है.
someone will say,
इंग्लैंड में
oh,
आया हूँ काहे के लिए.
you are my uncle,
घर का दाल रोटी खाने के लिए
and so you should
फोन भी नहीं करेंगे
come and eat at home, but they won't even
कि तुम्हारा
telephone.
अंकल है या तो मेरी आंटी है कोई
They say you are my uncle or my
हाँ,
auntie.
वो
They say
होटल में
yes,
लेके जाओ,
but
क्लब में
will
लेके
they
जाओ,
take you to the
सिनेमा में
hotel
लेके
or
जाओ,
club or cinema,
पर ये नहीं सोचेंगे धन
but they
कहाँ गया।
don't think about where all their money is going.
अभी 4 बातें सुधर गई।
So 4 things
मन,
have
धन,
become
संबंध।
elevated: the body,
संबंध भी
mind,
अच्छा है,
money, and
धन भी अच्छा है,
relationships.
मन भी
So
अच्छा
now
है,
through this
धन भी
spiritual
अच्छा है, समय
life,
पर
you have
किसी को सहयोग
good
तो दे
body,
सकते हैं।
good mind, good
कभी
wealth,
हाथ से
good
भिखारी बन के
relationship.
मांगते तो नहीं है।
You are not begging with your open hands,
सदा ही अच्छा है।
but always everything is good.
तन भी अच्छा है।
Your body is good.
इतने समय से जो हम बाबा के
So
बन
much
करके
time
रहे
that
हैं,
I have
क्यों
been
बन
with
के रहे
Baba.
हैं?
Why did I
तन भी
become
अच्छा
with
है।
Baba?
देखा अच्छा है ना?
See, my body is very good.
सदा अच्छा है
Daddy
ना?
is 88 and she is doing very
मन अच्छा
well.
है ना?
The mind is also very
धन
good.
क्या है?
And money,
सफेद कपड़े है, जेब
she
खाली है।
doesn't have, she says she has white clothes and empty pockets.
No purse, no bucket।
She has no purse and no pocket. Still, she travels all over the
क्या
world.
करेंगे?
What to do, Daddy
क्या
says.
करेंगे?
What shall I
जो
do?
आवश्यक आता है,
Whatever is necessary, it comes.
जो आता है सो सफल होता है।
And whatever comes is
जो
used
आवश्यक है,
appropriately,
आता है।
properly
जो
and
आता है
profitably.
सफल होता
What is
है।
necessary, it comes, and what comes is
जो
used
सफला
properly,
करता है,
made profitable.
वो कभी
Whatever is used profitably in the
दिखाई नहीं
work of
पड़ता है,
God,
वो बताता भी नहीं है, दिखाई भी नहीं पड़ता है इसके पास
it's discreet,
नहीं है
it's
और
not
नहीं है, कैसे कहेंगे नहीं
shown.
है,
We can't say that we don't have
तुम आओ
anything.
सिर्फ खाने
There's
पर बैठो,
plenty.
है।
Come, sit and eat. There is plenty.
और कुछ नहीं है, मुस्कुराना तो है,
If there is nothing else, at least there's
और
a
नहीं तो
smile.
शांति तो है।
We can say Om Shanti. That is also
मुरझाया
well.
हुआ का क्या
The
कहेगा?
state of a withered person, a confused person, what would they say? What would they offer to you?
पहले हम कहते थे और कुछ न हो, प्रेम
So
का
first
पापड़ और
we
पानी
say,
दो।
if nothing else, we have at least the
आजकल बहुत कुछ
roti
बिस्किट
and
दो,
water
चाय दो,
of
ये दो, ये दो।
love. Otherwise,
आगे हम
nowadays
कहते
they
हैं,
want biscuits and tea.
पापड़
Previously, we
और
used to
पानी मिला।
talk of papar with a little crispy roti and
प्यार से तो
water.
मिला।
And we receive those with great love and give them with great
जैसे
love.
चिंता तो नहीं लगेंगी
So
ना।
there's no worries.
आज खिलाया फिर कल खिलाना पड़ेगा।
If you say, "Oh, today I ate and tomorrow today I gave someone to eat and tomorrow
जिसका
I'm going to
खाया है ना,
have
कल इनको
to."
खिलाना पड़ेगा।
So because
खाना
if
नहीं
you
चाहिए।
ate from somebody, then you'll have to return that tomorrow. But we do not want to be in that
कहीं कहीं अच्छी
situation.
अच्छी ऐसी
There are
बातें
some very
हैं
interesting
जो
and
जीवन
good
की
things in life.
मन का तन पर कैसे असर होता है।
We see how there is an effect of things of life
और
on
धन भी
our
कहाँ
body
जाता
and
है,
mind, and where the money goes,
संबंध में क्या है,
and what's going on in the relationships.
स्नेह है, प्यार है,
Is there love?
सच्चाई है,
Is there honesty and truth? Is there affection?
नहीं है।
It isn't there in this world.
तो उस तन में आत्मा क्या कर रही है?
And so
जिसके
what
पास
is the
सच्चाई
soul
नहीं है, प्रेम
doing
नहीं है।
in such a body
वो
where
आत्मा किस
there's
काम
no
की है?
no love and no peace?
न
What
अपने
is the
काम की
use
है, न
of that
भगवान के
soul?
काम की है, न
That
किसके
soul is
काम
not
की है।
useful for themselves or for God or for anyone else.
जिस जो आत्मा शरीर में
That
है,
soul
ये
that
तो
is
हर एक
in the
जानता है।
body, everyone knows.
आत्मा शरीर से निकल जाए ना,
When the soul leaves the
तो काम
body,
किया है।
then is it useful?
जब से शरीर में है तो दिखाई
As long
पड़ता
as
है।
the soul is in the body, then it's visible that the soul is doing something good.
भगवान भी कहता है
Even
काम
God
किया है।
says, yes, this
लोग
is
भी
a
कहते
very
हैं, ये काम
useful
किया है।
person. People also say this is a
काम
very
की
good
माना
and
उनके
useful person
गुण,
because they have virtues
कर्म
and their activity
देख
shows the quality that they are.
इसके दिल से दुआ निकलती है।
And then through other people's hearts, the blessings emerge for that soul.
गुण देखा।
They have seen the virtues.
तन में आत्मा ने,
Because when the soul is
बैठ
in the
करके,
body, sitting there,
आत्मा है ना,
the soul is there,
तो ध्यान
consciousness
रखती
is
है
there,
आत्मा।
and so the attention is
संकल्प
on the
पर।
soul thoughts are produced by the soul,
भावना पर,
and the feelings,
दृष्टि पर।
and the soul expresses itself through the eyes.
संकल्प में
In thoughts,
शुद्धि है,
is there
शांत
purity?
वाला संकल्प है,
Are the thoughts peaceful?
भावना सच्ची
Is
है,
the feeling true?
संबंध में निस्वार्थ
And
भाव है,
is the feeling in relationships one of unselfishness?
यही इच्छा है ऐसा बन करके रहने की।
So the desire
ऐसा हो
is
गया
to
ना?
become
इच्छा
like this
क्या
and
है?
remain like
ऐसा
this.
बन करके
These
रहना।
are the desires that we have.
अगर हमारी बनने की ये इच्छा
And
है,
if I have this desire to become like this,
भगवान बाप है ना,
then
माता भी है तो पिता
God
भी है,
is the father and the mother,
शिक्षक है, सखा
our
भी है,
teacher, our friend,
सतगुरु भी है, पर मदद
also
करता है हर
our
प्रकार
guru,
से।
and also helps us in every way.
क्यों ये बनना है ना? क्यों आज
You want to
करोड़ों
become like
मनुष्यों
this
में
because there are hundreds of millions of
कोई
people,
ऐसा एक बनता है तो
and if
भगवान को
even
बड़ा
one
अच्छा
becomes good like this, then God is very pleased with this.
लगता है। खुद तो आत्मा शरीर में बैठे
The soul himself is sitting in the
5
body
बातों में संपन्न बन गई है।
and has become complete in 5 respects.
जो 5 बातें
And
आत्मा
those
5
5
तत्वों वाला शरीर है,
respects, the body is made of 5 elements.
शरीर 5 तत्वों वाला है, वही है।
The body itself is made of 5
आत्मा
elements.
इस
It is the
5
same
तत्व वाले
body,
शरीर में
and the
5
soul in
विकार की
this
वस्ती।
body of 5 elements was under the influence of 5 vices.
सोचो,
Think about it: greed, lust, anger,
काम,
attachment,
क्रोध, लोभ, मोह,
and
अहंकार,
arrogance.
ईर्ष्या, आलस, अलबेलाई,
Also carelessness, laziness,
उनके वश थी।
jealousy. It was under these influences,
कर्म भी ऐसे थे।
and the karma was according to
संबंध भी
those
ऐसा।
influences, and so were the relationships.
उसमें भी अभिमान तो ऐसा बात
And
मत पूछो।
false pride was so extreme. Don't
बुरा
even ask
छिपावे,
about
अच्छा
it.
सबको बतावे,
It's
दिखावे।
the person is
अच्छा,
very
थोड़ा करेगा,
happy
सबको
to
दिखाएगा।
hide
और
its
बुरा जो करेगा,
defects, and
छिपाएगा।
whatever it's done good, it wants to display that to everyone. But its
वो थी
defects,
आत्मा।
this was the soul. It
अभी
would hide
आत्मा अंदर
what's
से
wrong with it. And internally, the soul
सत्यता
used to have truth, but go inside,
झूठता नाम निशान यहाँ नहीं
and
रखना
you
है।
find that you don't want to have any name or trace of
अभिमान
falsehood
को मारना है।
inside. So it's a question of
फिर
destroying
उसमें
the
अहंकार
false
को मारना
pride,
है,
the
अभिमान को
ego, the
छोड़ना है,
arrogance,
देह के भान से परे
and
जाना।
become free
ये
from
अभ्यास
the
करना।
arrogance of the body. These 3 things we have to practice.
अहंकार को अंदर से अहंकार को मारना होगा।
Arrogance has
Mar-
to be broken
झूठा है,
because it's false pride.
सच्चा बनने नहीं देगा
It
अहंकार।
doesn't allow a person to become truthful.
उसको मार,
So it has to be destroyed.
रियलाइजेशन से मार।
Through
ये तुम्हारा दुश्मन है,
realization,
अहंकार
you
दुश्मन है
recognize
बड़ा।
that it is your enemy, and so
वो
you
कामी,
destroy
क्रोधी, लोभी
it.
बनाता है।
It makes you angry and lustful. False pride.
अभिमान को छोड़,
And then leave your arrogance.
निंदा, उस्तत, मान,
This
अपमान,
reaction, you have to
हार,
become
जीत,
very
ये होगा।
equal in
खेल,
it's all a game, that there is a success,
हो रहा है।
failure, people like you,
अंदर
they
से
don't like you, but
अपने मन
internally
बुद्धि को,
make your mind and
मन को
intellect
शांत बना करके,
peaceful,
बुद्धि को अच्छा
make your
सोचे,
intellect think good things.
ध्यान रख।
Pay attention on this.
तो अपने आप को समझाना होता है, सिखाना होता है।
Continue to teach
सिखाने
yourself
वाला
and
भगवान है।
explain to you. Of
भगवान
course,
जो
God is your
सिखाता है,
teacher,
full
but
attention
whatever
देना
God
है।
teaches, you have to pay full
भगवान
attention
भी
to it.
कहेगा, मन मेरे में
God
रख।
also says, focus your mind on me alone.
मन कहेगा क्या करूं,
And the
नहीं
mind
लगता है।
says, oh, I can't.
तो कहता है, बुद्धि को भटकाओ मत।
And so we say to the intellect, stop wandering around and guide the
बुद्धि
mind.
भटकती है, कहाँ
Because
जाती
the
है?
intellect is wandering about.
कहाँ जाती है?
Where is it going?
बैठे
Your
एक जगह,
attention, you're
भटकती
distracted.
है हर जगह।
You're sitting in one place and
Past
your
में जाती है,
intellect goes
future में
into the
जाती है, इधर
future,
जाती
the
है, इधर
past,
जाती है।
it's distracted in all kinds of directions, but without concentration.
मत जाने दो.
Don't let it go. We have
बुद्धि को
2 minutes meditation.
एक
Focus the intellect in concentration on one, in silence.
मन शांत,
Let the mind be quiet
बुद्धि स्थिर.
and the intellect steady. As the people who are resident here in Madhuban do not often get this opportunity, there are also guests who have come to Baba's house in Om Shanti Bhavan.
भाग्य मिलता है
The fortune that you are receiving
संगठन में बैठने का.
to sit in this gathering.
अच्छा लगता है. क्यों?
Why do you like it? Because the atmosphere here is such that whatever you hear, you feel deep inside that this is what I must do. And the heart says, yes, I will do this.
तो क्या फायदा क्या है? दुख, चिंता,
So what
भय
is
चला
the
जाता है.
benefit? And that is that sorrow and
जिसके पास
peacelessness and
दुख
fear
थोड़ा भी होए,
goes away. Whoever has
चिंता
even
होए,
a little
या
bit
कोई
of
भय
sorrow
होए,
or worry or fear,
आज उसको छोड़ देवे.
today you will leave
छूट
it.
जाएगा.
You will become free from it.
है तीनों करे.
All these three are very strong and harsh.
और बदली में
And when there is a change,
दया,
then there
सच्चाई और
is
प्रेम भर लो.
you become filled with compassion
पहले
and
भरो तो वो चला जाए
and
या वो
love
छोड़ो तो ये आ जाए.
and
वो आपके
mercy.
ऊपर है.
It's up to you whether you actually do this or
क्या
not.
समझते हो?
What do you feel?
रोज बैठिए नहीं है.
Daddy is
समझते हैं?
asking
पहले
Rose.
छोड़े तो वो आ जाए.
First you leave those first
पहले
ones and then the
छोड़े
other
तो वो
ones
आ
come,
जाए.
or
या वो आ
do
जाए
all
तो वो
of
चले
these
जाएंगे.
good qualities come and then the bad ones disappear.
क्या समझते हो?
What do you feel? Which way round is it?
मैं युक्ति बताऊं?
I'll tell you the
कहेंगे ना ये
trick.
जावे तो जाएंगे नहीं.
If you tell these bad things, worry and sorrow and
जाओ ना तो क्यों आता है? जाओ, वो और
peacelessness,
आएगा.
they won't go. They'll come even more
चिंता फिर
forcefully.
लगेगी.
Worry will start really
एक चिंता
intensifying.
मिट्टी नहीं है, दूसरी आएंगी.
One worry won't disappear and another one will
देखा है,
add itself
चिंता से
to it.
बीमारियां होती है, बीमारी
And
चिंता
I've
लगती है.
seen that worry creates illness
ना?
and illness also produces
चिंता से
worry.
बीमारी
It's a
आती है,
vicious
फिर बीमारी
circle.
चिंता लगती, बीमारी जाएगी
Worry
कैसे? आई तो है.
produces illness,
भी
and
लगती है,
then when
इसमें
you're
तो समझ
ill,
में
you're
लगती है.
worried about how it's going to go, how you're
चिंता
going to
करना
get
तो आजकल
better.
बड़ी बात नहीं है.
So actually to get into a state of worry is not a big thing today.
और डर भी लगता है, पता
And
नहीं कल
people
क्या
get
होगा.
afraid, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
परंतु
But
तीनों से फ्री होना
we have to
होना
become free from all three.
हो जाते हैं.
And that
कई
freedom
जगह क्वेश्चन
comes.
पूछते हैं.
There are many people who ask questions about this.
डर किसका नहीं है?
They say, what about fear? Well, I don't
वो
have
तो कभी
fear
डर
of
नहीं है.
anybody. I'm not
भले
afraid
मरे,
of death.
क्या बुरी बात
Okay,
है?
if I die, so what?
ऐसे शरीर को छोड़ देंगे,
I'll just leave my body
यहाँ पर चले जाएंगे.
and I'll go to the next one. It's not a big deal.
किसी इंसान का डर नहीं है.
I'm not afraid of any human being
सब हमारे मित्र हैं.
because they're all my friends.
भगवान का भी डर नहीं है.
I'm not afraid of God.
डर क्यों नहीं है भगवान का?
Why?
क्यों? वो
Because
कहते तुम सच्चे रहो ना तो मैं राजी हूँ.
he said, if you remain
खुश है.
truthful, I am happy,
झूठ
so he
बोले
is
तो डर
happy.
लगे.
I'm afraid of telling lies.
कोई झूठ बोलता है.
Because if
डर
somebody
के मारे
tells
झूठ
a
बोलता है.
lie, it's always because of fear.
जो भी झूठ बोलने वाला हो अपन से पूछे.
Whoever lies, you ask them.
कई बार क्या करती हूँ,
Sometimes what do I
इसको सच
do?
बोलना सिखाते हैं.
I want to teach
कुछ
somebody
नहीं.
to teach
तो
to
सच
tell the
बोलने में तुम्हें
truth.
नुकसान
I
क्या है?
say, what's the
तकलीफ
harm
क्या
of
है?
telling the truth? What's the trouble by telling the truth?
सच बोलने में बहुत सुखी है.
Actually, there's a lot of happiness in telling the truth.
बहुत सुखी है.
Very
खुद
great
सुखी है, भगवान
happiness.
खुश है.
You are happy, God is
तो
happy.
कोई होवे जो मुझे हमको कोई 30 साल से, कोई 20 साल
The
से,
other
कोई 40
people
साल से,
who
कोई
I know since
जानते
40
हैं.
years, 30 years, 20 years,
मैंने देखा है
I
सच
have
बोलने में
seen
सुखी है.
that they've all become happy by telling the truth.
सच बहुत बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है.
There is
झूठ बोलने
no
वाले को
worry.
ज़्यादा बोलना पड़ता है.
When you have to lie, you have to say all kinds of things to back up or cover that lie.
सच बोलने वाले
But if you tell the truth,
सिद्ध
your
नहीं
face
करता
is
मैं right
easy. They don't have to say, I'm telling the truth or I'm right.
सच छिपता नहीं है.
Because truth is self-evident.
जिसके पास सच्चाई है
Anyone who has truthfulness,
उसके पास शक्ति है.
they have power also.
झूठे में शक्ति नहीं है.
There is no power in lies or falsehood.
उसका जो भी कार्य करता है
And
सोचता है
whatever
सफल नहीं होता
they
है.
do, whatever they think about is always unsuccessful.
और कोई भी जो है ना उनका भी इस पे
And there
विश्वास
are,
नहीं होता है.
nobody else has faith in them or trusts them.
वो सच्चा रहने वाला
But a
साहब
person who
का
remains
साथ
truthful,
लेता है. मैं
the Lord and
अपमान
Master
को
is
से नहीं
pleased.
करता है.
I'm not talking to you from a position of arrogance, but the company of God is
उसके अंदर
there.
तीन बातें हैं.
And there are three things
सच्ची-
within this:
सच्चाई है, पवित्रता है,
truthfulness,
निम्रता है.
purity, and humility.
अंदर की सच्चाई है.
Internally,
संकल्प में
truthfulness,
पवित्रता है.
purity in the
संबंध में
thoughts, and
निम्रता
in
है.
relationships, humility.
डर का है.
So where is the fear?
दुख देने वाले, दुखी करने
Those
वाला
who
ईगो है,
give-
अटैचमेंट है.
Give sorrow are doing it because of arrogance
दोनों
and
खलास हो गए.
attachment. So both of those have to be finished off.
ईगो है,
If there's
Attachment
ego,
है.
then there's attachment,
सूक्ष्म अटैचमेंट है.
very
किसके
subtle
साथ?
attachment with someone or another.
वो कभी ईश्वर को याद नहीं कर सकता.
They're never able to remember God in that case.
अटैचमेंट के कारण झूठ
It
बोलता
is
है.
because of attachment that they lie.
जिसके साथ प्यार होगा ना,
But if they love somebody,
कहेंगे
they
उसको
will
कुछ
say,
नहीं हो, जिसका नहीं होगा भले
nothing
उनकी
will
परवाह नहीं
happen.
करेंगे.
Otherwise, if not, they'll say, no, we can't trust in anything.
अंदर से
But
जानते हैं
internally
ये
you
हमारे
know
दुश्मन कौन है.
Who is your enemy?
सारी दुनिया में इतना
In the whole
जो लड़ाई
world,
झगड़ा, घर घर
There's
में
so
झगड़ा,
much
मन में भी
conflict
झगड़ा,
going on in every
घर में भी
home,
झगड़ा,
within
देश
the
में भी झगड़ा.
mind,
कारण क्या
between
है?
countries. What
Ego,
is the reason? It's always ego
attachment,
and
anger.
attachment and anger.
तीनों मरे तो
And if all three die, then
दया, सच्चाई,
then there is
स्नेह से
mercy, love, and compassion.
राजा ही है.
This is the kingdom.
राजा ही है, बड़ी
It
अच्छी
is a
राजा ही
very nice kingdom of mercy, love, and compassion.
है. इस पर आर्डर नहीं करते पर
You
सब
don't
कुछ
give any
automatic.
order to anyone, but
सच्चाई
everything
से
happens automatically with
संबंध भी
truthfulness.
अच्छा,
There are good relationships,
भी अच्छा, संबंध अच्छा, कार्य अच्छा, सब
and the
अच्छा, सब
activities go on
अच्छा.
well
अभिमान नहीं,
because there's no arrogance, no ego,
anger
and there's no
attachment.
anger and no
Free
attachment.
हूँ,
You are free.
खुशनसीब हूँ.
You are very happy.
ऐसे सब रहे, ये भावना है.
And so I have this feeling that everyone should be like this.
इस तीन को ईगो,
And so these three, ego, attachment, and
तीनों को
anger,
जिसने छोड़ा बताओ कौन
if
होंगे.
is there anyone who has given up these
छूट
three?
गए.
Because you have become free from these things.
तीनों क्यों थे?
Why were the three there?
क्यों थे तीनों?
Why had they been within
संग
you?
ऐसा था,
Because of
पालना
company,
ऐसी थी.
because of such sustenance,
था
because
दुनिया.
of such an atmosphere in the
इसलिए तीनों
world.
थे.
This is why we had been affected by all these three.
किसी ने ये समझाया नहीं.
But nobody
भाई
had
ego, anger
understood
तुम्हारे
that
अंदर बैठा है, निकाल निकाल निकाल
ego
निकाल.
and anger are there and pull it out, pull it out, pull it out.
संग भी ऐसा,
The
पालना भी ऐसी,
company was
पढ़ाई
like
भी ऐसी,
that, the
दुनिया
study
भी
was
ऐसी.
like that, the world
अभी
is
उनसे
like
अपने
that,
आप को छुड़ाओ.
sustenance is like that. Free yourself from all of these things.
तो अंदर जो दुश्मन ने
And then the
अंदर जो
enemies
राज
that had
किया है, अंदर राज
penetrated
किया है,
inside
दुनिया
and
में राज तो चल रहा है पर अपने अंदर में राज कर
established
रहे
their
हैं।
kingdom over you, they have gone.
अभी उसका राज खत्म।
And now this government within is finished
परमात्म शक्ति से,
by taking the power of the Supreme Soul
स्वयं को पहचानने से,
and by recognizing ourselves.
मैं
Who am I?
मेरा परमात्मा बाप,
Who is the Supreme Soul, my Father?
मुझे सच्चाई से, सफाई से, सादगी
With
से रहना है।
cleanliness and
सच्चाई से,
honesty,
सफाई से, सादगी, सिंपल रहना है।
I live simply.
तभी तो वाइट कपड़े पहनते हैं,
This is why we wear white clothes,
साफ तो पहनते
because it's clean also.
हैं। खाना सिंपल खाते हैं,
We eat simple
मिल
food
करके रहते हैं,
and we enjoy each other's company.
कोई बड़ी बात
Not a big deal.
बड़ा अच्छा।
It's a very nice way to live.
जीवन में
And in
क्या
life,
चाहिए?
what do you need?
शांति है,
You need
प्रेम
peace,
है,
you need love,
खुशी है,
you need
शक्ति
happiness,
है।
you need power.
कहेंगे, क्या कहें?
And it will be said,
शुक्रिया भगवान का,
thanks to God,
शुक्रिया मेरे भाग्य का है,
thanks to my fortune,
जो सदा खुश हूँ।
that I remain always happy.
तो सदा खुश है ना सभी?
You are all always happy, is that right?
तो सदा खुश है ना?
Show by your hands,
खुश
are you always happy?
कोई पूछे तो
If anyone asks, the latest,
2-4 महीने से
for the last 2
तो
months,
मैं ऐसे कह दिया,
I've been
मैं नहीं
saying,
पूछेंगी how are
I'm not
you?
going to ask how are
Who
you,
are you?
I'm going to ask who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
तो इस शब्द ने कईयों को बहुत
And
फायदा दिया।
many
पर मैं
people
कहता अभी तो
benefited a great
एक
deal
अभी
by
लंदन
this.
में थी,
In London,
कोई
I was
आया
in
था
London,
airport
someone
पर।
had come to the airport
फर्स्ट टाइम वो ड्राइव करने के लिए
and they
आया,
had
तो
driven
कैसे
me for
आएगा?
the first time and I said, they
हाँ
said,
जी।
how are you?
तो कहा तुमने कहा था ना who are you?
And I said, you had
तो
said,
बता
who
रहे
are
हो,
you?
मैं कहूँ,
So now I'm telling you, who am I?
इतना अंदर में
And internally,
प्यार
this
से उस
person
शब्द
with
ने
great love had enjoyed
उसके
these
दिल को
expressions and they felt very full
भरा,
inside.
खाली भी किया, खुश कर लिया।
They had been empty, but they became happy by this
दिल में
expression.
दबा के रखते हैं ना तो खुश नहीं दिखाई पड़ते हैं।
Otherwise, if the heart is oppressed, then there's no happiness
मैं क्यों पूछा
visible.
how are you?
But why should I ask, how are you? I ask, who are you? And it struck this person and they became very happy.
तो बड़े प्यार से आया,
So with
जब
great
ड्राइव
love,
करते
they
थे, तो
came
अच्छी
to
बात है।
drive. It's a very nice thing.
तो हमारा रमेश भाई बैठा होगा।
And my brother Ramesh Bhai must be
तो
here.
रमेश भाई एक बार बॉम्बे में जब पहले
And
पहले रमेश भाई
once in
नया
Bombay,
नया था,
when he was new,
कोलाबा सेंटर पर हम थे,
we went to Kolaba Center in
तो मुझे
Bombay,
कहा मैं
and he said to
बस में
me,
जा करके जा रही
I
थी
was
सेंटर,
going on the bus,
तो ये अपने कार में निकला,
and he came in his car,
मुझे पता था ये ऑफिस में जाने वाला
and
होगा।
I knew that he
कहा,
must be
बैठो, मैं
going
तुमको
to
लिफ्ट देता
the
हूँ। मैंने
office,
कहा, नहीं नहीं आपको
and
देरी हो जाएगी, मैं
he
बस
said,
में
I'll
जा
give you a
सकती हूँ।
lift. I said, no, no,
कहा,
you'll
जो
be
बस को
late,
या
but I
टैक्सी
can
को
go in
भाड़ा
the
देना
bus,
हो मेरे को दे देना।
and otherwise
तुम
I can go
देंगी
in a
बाबा की भंडारी
taxi.
से देंगी, मुझे देंगी तो मैं भंडारी में डाल दूंगा।
Then he offered a taxi ride, but I
वो
said,
दिन
if
आज
you give
बात
that
है।
to me, I'll just put
मैं
it in
कहती,
Papa's
अच्छा है,
box. I
कार
said,
में
this is
बिठाते
very
हैं,
good. He
फिर
puts me in
भाड़ा
his
देना
car,
पड़ता है,
and then I have to give.
देंगी तो सही होना।
And definitely, you
तो
have to
how are
pay.
you नहीं पूछेंगे
So I'm
कभी
not
भी,
going to
नहीं तो
ask,
से
how
पूछना।
are you,
ऐसे
but
आप
who are
चमकते रहो,
you?
खुश रहो,
Start
एक
being
दूसरे को देख
happy,
करके,
shining
बस
inside, looking at
हम
each other
कहेंगे,
in that way.
अभिमान से फ्री हो गए,
I will be
पर
free
तो
from
सच्चाई और
arrogance
प्यार से।
and with truthfulness and love.
जब भी देखो ना,
Whenever you look at someone with
खुश है,
that,
बड़े खुश है, अच्छे
be
हैं।
very
कहाँ
happy,
से लाई?
enjoy the
खुशी
person.
कहाँ से लाई?
Where does happiness come from?
दिल सच्चाई से
From honesty in the
आ गई।
heart. it
भगवान ने
comes.
दी,
God
मैंने
has given
संभाल के
it to
रखी
it,
है,
and I
किसी
have
कारण से
carefully
कोई खुशी
maintained
मेरी
it.
छीन नहीं सकता.
So for no
आज
reason
मैंने
can
किसी से पूछा,
anyone
तुम खुश हो?
steal my
कहती है,
happiness.
इतना समय
I
खुश थी.
asked somebody if you're
कल
happy.
पता
She
नहीं
said,
थोड़ा
I
क्या
was
हुआ,
very,
जो
very
मेरी
happy,
खुशी
but I don't
चली
know
गई.
what happened. Yesterday my
प्लीज
happiness
अपनी
all
खुशी को मत
disappeared.
छोड़ो.
And I said, please take care of your happiness.
कुछ भी
Don't
हो
let
जाए,
anyone take it away, or
खुशी
no
मेरी
matter what
पर्सनल
happens,
परमात्मा की दी हुई
your
प्रॉपर्टी है,
happiness is your personal property given by
कोई नहीं
God.
ले सकता.
So do not let
तो या
anyone
खुशी
take
मेरी
it.
पर्सनल बाप की प्रॉपर्टी,
Happiness
कोई
is
लेवे
my
तो भले
personal
लेवे, पर छीने
property
नहीं मेरी.
from God. Anyone can take
किसी को
happiness from
दान
me, but
देते
they
हैं, खुशी
cannot
दे दे.
steal it.
कोई
If
छीन
anyone
लेता है,
wants
दुख
me to
होता है.
give them,
तो
I will
ऐसा
give
कभी
them.
कोई
But if
बात
they
ना
steal
आए
it away,
जो
then
मेरी
there is
खुशी
sorrow.
छीन ले
So
मेरी.
nothing should happen so that my
संभालना,
happiness
समझा.
gets stolen. So be careful
खुशी
of
दो,
it.
भले दान दो,
Give the
पर कोई छीन
donation
ना
of
लेवे
happiness,
आपसे.
but don't let anyone steal
और
it
ऐसे परेशान नहीं होना है.
or be disturbed by that.
ओके.
Is this okay?
अच्छा, अभी
Now
डीप जगह शांति भी तीन थे. पहले
let's
पीसफुल
go
माइंड,
into very deep peace. First, a peaceful mind.
पीसफुल माइंड, साइलेंस में जाओ,
Go into silence and
भान से परे,
become free from the consciousness of
अंदर
the
की
body,
शांति,
and then the
फिर
inner
मिलेगा भगवान
peace
का प्यार.
is there, and you will then receive the love from God.
ऐसे साइलेंस में,
So let us sit in such
बैठो,
silence, and then
साइलेंस में
in a very silent way,
बाबा के भंडारे से जो हमको ट्रोली
let us
मिलती है,
take the sweet that has been prepared from Baba's
जो दृष्टि
kitchen
ट्रोली
in
बनाती है,
love.
होली
Is this
अंदर से.
toli makes you holy.